Hello everyone, it is time for the next 4 issues of Build the Dalek. So for this issue of the Dalek build, we have a free gift of a small tool case. I've had similar cases to this before, zippers all the way around. Of course, they have the printing of the name of the Dalek on the front. So let's take a look at the inside, see what we get. Okay, so on the inside of the toolkit, get a pair of needle nose pliers. Also has a wire cutter. This is a set of sprue cutters, an X-Acto knife, 2 different size files, a flat file and a rounded file. It's rounded on the top, flat on the bottom. We got a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a set of tweezers, and a small container that has 4 more X-Acto number 11 X-Acto blades in it. So all in all, a nice little kit. We'll see how good the screwdrivers are. Give them a try as we go to put this next section together. All right, so in an effort to not scratch the paint on the dome of the Dalek, I've put a cloth down to help protect that. Here are our next pieces that we're going to be installing into the dome of the Dalek, and this is going to motorize the eye stalk so that it will move up and down. So the very first thing we need to do is to install the bracket. We're then going to test the motor, make sure it's working, and get that installed, and then the top piece goes over to hold the motor in place. So go for that in the next step here. All right, so using the wire that was provided in the kit here, I've connected the battery pack and the motor together. So if I go ahead and turn this on, you can see now that the motor is running nicely. It's nice and quiet, and that is continuing to run all the way around. Now, once this is installed into the Dalek head down into this slot, it's only going to run a certain distance up and down. So once that's installed, I'm not really going to be able to run the motor again until it's connected onto the proper circuit board. Well, this is the Phillips head screwdriver that was supplied with the kit in the toolbox, and it is magnetic, which is really nice. However, the point on the end of the screwdriver is actually too pointy for these particular screws that we're putting in, the AP screws that we're putting in this step. So I'm going to go ahead and use the screwdriver that I've used previously. I'm sure this screwdriver will come in useful for some of the other screws. So over in the Dalek, I've gone ahead and set the bracket in place that's going to hold the motor, and I'm going to go ahead and get that screwed down into place. The motor just sets right down into its spot quite nicely, fits right in there very easily. And now the upper case can go on to lock that down and hold it into its location. And then those 4 screws will get put in as well. And that is all that there is to do on step number 11. Moving on into number 12. Okay, so for step number 12, we are going to be installing this circuit board and putting the wires into it. These other 2 parts we're actually not going to use until step number 13. So this will be a pretty quick step. Okay, with the circuit board installed, it's now time to go ahead and start putting in each of the wires. You can see that they are labeled, and there are labels on the circuit board. So this first one here, LD, goes into the LD bracket. So go ahead and get that set into place. This one is LE, so go ahead and get the LE in place. And continuing on with each of the others. So here's A, and SX. So each of those wires is now in place. And that is all there needs to be done in step number 12. So starting off step number 13, I've got the motor testing. You can see that it's spinning there quite nicely. It's a little louder than the other motor, but hopefully once it's in its housing, it won't be as noisy. This is, of course, going to go into the large bracket that you see here. The cover plate is going to go over that to hold it in place. And then we have this large cog that's going to go onto the end of the drive shaft. So the motor is just a press fit down into the bracket, and then this cover plate goes right over. Set that right down into place. I'll get the 2 screws in, and then we'll get the cog put in place. Okay, the axle and the cog have a flat spot that is designed to make sure that the cog can go on in just one direction and will not just spin onto the axle shaft. So that's going to go around this way and gets press fit down onto the axle. So I'll come back once that is attached. Okay, so there is step number 13 completed. Running nicely. And that, I believe, is what is going to spin the Dalek's head. So this is the only part and the screws for step number 14. And it's going to be a very simple step because we're going to be, we're told to go ahead and install the motor that is to spin the Dalek's head onto this plate. So very quick and easy, and then we'll see how this all goes together. So the provided screwdriver in that toolkit actually works quite nicely for these CP screws. Putting in the flange, they're flanged head screws, putting those in to the bracket. So just as a look into the future, we're not told to do this step yet, but this is how that metal ring is going to go into the head of the Dalek. This rectangular cutout at the very front here lines up here, and then each of these other cutouts go around the ribs and around the screws. The motor is all the way here in the back, and then the wire M goes into the socket M. I don't have that attached. It's just sitting right on top of the socket. There's more to build onto the metal ring, so that'll come up in the next set of steps. So until next month, thank you for joining me, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. Take care.